this call.
Wait a minute, I didn't hear you.
Could you please send me the audio message? Because I'm not clear your message.
Okay, can you hear me now? All right, so what is it? I've sent a message on the WhatsApp. 12,500 metric tons granulated urea, spot buy or contract.
Yeah.
Which one?
Each product 12,500 metric tons.
Okay.
25,000 total 25,000 metric tons.
So two orders of 12,500. Is that correct?
No. For one buyer, two products, and each product need 12,500 metric tons.
Okay. In each of those products is the granulated urea?
Yes, granulated and the pre, yeah.
Oh, one granulated for 12,500, one pre-old 12,500.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
I see, madame. Okay, I'll get spot on it, and I'll get that SEO out to you shortly. All right, thank you. Bye.
Oh, okay, thank you, bye.
Bye. Clarification. That's why it's so important to clarify and verify. Clarify, verify, and supply. Hey, that sounds pretty cool. Clarify, verify, and supply. Well, at any rate, we just doubled our order. Went from 12,500 to 25,000 metric tons. So again, think about this, ladies and gentlemen. I really enjoy working with my Sri Lanka constituents because they don't put all that issue on commissions and like some people do. I want $10, I want $20, $50. No. So even if this one here, even if it's 25,000, normally it's $10 commission, that's 250,000. Even if it was $5 commission, that's still $125,000. And if you divide it by 2, it's still $62,500. So no matter how you cut it, shake it, bake it, or break it, it still equals a pretty nice a commission. See? So again, we concentrate on just getting the deal done because the other part follows normally. So when you're dealing with contracts and let's say when you're dealing with fertilizer, it's not an option. When you're dealing with these countries like Sri Lanka and Egypt, South Africa, etc., fertilizers is not an option. It's not an optional commodity. It's a necessity. It is mandatory. They must have it in order to grow their whatever they're growing. And they have to purchase it from, well, they don't have to purchase it from you, but when you put yourself in that position and you build relationships with people, then they'll call you. I've been nurturing this, I've been nurturing this relationship for several months now, as I do most of them. And I use the reason of cause, the law of cause. I spoke about that the other day. Give them a reason to call me back. Give them a reason for me to call them back. Call you back, call you back, call you back. And then at some point, again, as I've said many times before, it doesn't matter if it's a business, if you're calling a business back, if it's a personal friend, calling your friend back, it's someone you were in a boyfriend, girlfriend type of thing, whatever it is. The fact of the matter is, you keep calling somebody back, and sooner or later, one way or another, y'all in a relationship. That's it. Doesn't matter. Some type of relationship is going to involve. And so when you utilize the principle of the law of cause, you then form relationships that are dependent on each other. And as a result, the dependency has come to surface. Sri Lanka needs fertilizer. I have fertilizer. And since we have nurtured and created these relationships with the law of cause over the last couple of months, who is she going to call? Me. I mean, that's not a scientist, but this is what we teach in our master classes. That's why we don't have problems finding business. That's why we don't struggle calling this. You know, we have many people calling every day because of relationships that we nurtured over the periods of time. And at the same time, we have this thing called trust. They trust your opinion. They trust your decisions. It's like earlier this morning, when I was talking to the young lady, we didn't quibble over what the commission is going to be. And when I thought it was 12,500 metric tons, it turned out to be 25,000 metric tons. Double the, you know, when you think about the commission, it did double. So that's just a little tidbit on that action. So now what we'll do is contact my supplier. Watch this. Now my supplier, I met him. Let me just look at something. I met the supplier here in Dubai. Let's see. Okay, here he is right here. This is my supplier. Let me see what date I met the supplier. December, August, okay. August 21st. Let's see it right there. August 21st. September, October, November, December, January. 5 months ago, I met the supplier. But when I met the supplier, I didn't have this buyer in Sri Lanka. But it just happens that this supplier was in Dubai, and he was born in Sri Lanka. He's import and export. He has the certification certificates necessary to import to Sri Lanka. And we talked about this 5 months ago. In my mind, I knew that sooner or later, somewhere or another, we're going to utilize his services because he had the certifications needed to import. It was just a matter of time before we found a buyer. So let's look at the buyer now. So if I met that one 5 months ago, okay, in August, okay, as you can see, there's nothing to hide. It's November, December, January, 2 months. So I've known the buyer 2 months, I've known the supplier 5 months. And you nurture that relationship. Why? The law of cause. I've talked to and I have a count here, I've talked to the buyer 22 times. I've talked to the supplier 30 times. Well, probably about 45 times. You telling me that don't make a relationship? Well, pays off, doesn't it? So if you want to learn more about how we do what we do, if you want to learn how to maximize the opportunity in international sourcing and trading, if you want to learn how to better utilize your time and monetize the value of your customers into real dollars, call me up. There's too many people out there. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's too many people out there that's been working on particular types of deals month after month after month after, and some people years. And maybe haven't closed the deal. I'm not saying something's wrong, but what I am saying is that if you concentrate on commodities that have a daily necessity, unequivocal necessity, If you concentrate on commodities which are mandatory and not optional, it makes closing a whole lot easier. Let me give you an example. I'll give you a perfect example. I don't want to say it, but you know, like oil, crude oil, come out of the ground, or jet fuel. Nothing wrong with those. People fly, you know, happens all the time. But how many jet fuel transactions do you think happens in the world as opposed to fertilizer transactions? Which one do you think happens more often? Fertilizer, people buying fertilizer to grow crops all around the world, or people buying jet fuel? You're asking your own question. Which one do you think happens more often? People who buy cooking oil and wheat to make bread, or people who are buying gold bars? Which one happens more often, people? So what you want to do is put yourself in a position where the flow is more plentiful and the transactions are more numerable. That way it increases the likelihood of you closing the deal. I'm not saying stop doing what you're doing, but just add to what you're doing. Give us a call and we'll show you, we'll help you to close some deals and provide you with some of the contacts that we can provide you with some daily closing opportunities. So I'll talk to you a little soon. I just want to give a shout out to Brother James out there in Atlanta. Have fun, call me up, let's talk. In fact, give me a call and let's talk about it. And those of you out there who, I got to call this guy back. In fact, let me call him now. Let me call him right now. I'm just going on and on and on. Where did my guy go? Here he is. They're an hour and something ahead of us. Hour and a half or so. It's 10:13 here. I may have missed him. So what I'll do is I'll text him to make sure our prices are still spot on what they were. Okay, I'll just text him. He's going to text me back normally by about 15, 20 minutes. This just goes to show that's how it is. Probably got over 250, 300 suppliers inside here. Yep. And that's what makes this business so easy. Well, I don't want to say easy, but this makes this business so fun. All you need is a cell phone, and you're ready to go. You can work anywhere in the world. Anyway, let me get on here, and I'm going to get some more stuff together. I hope you just grabbed a nugget or two. Well, nugget of gold? Well, no, a nugget of information that you can monetize into the participation of a hefty commission check. Give me a call. Let's make it happen. Oh, by the way, follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube, IBEX Global Resource Center. There you'll find over 100 videos and audios that you can listen to live closings free. It doesn't cost you anything. Listen, learn, and earn. We also have our mentorship. We have the master's program. We have the apprentices and the freelance. So if you trust yourself enough to invest in yourself, by all means, do so. Now, we do have a non-cognitive assessment. It's not a test, but it's a bunch of questions that gauge your mindset and see if this is for you. But meanwhile, just go ahead and take a stroll through our videos and just see if it makes sense to you. And if you can add, subtract, multiply, divide without pencil or paper, that's just a little bit more. Props up to you, but I'll talk to you later. Cheers. James, I'm calling you right now. Cheers.